Today's going to be an episode that's interesting for computer technicians and those that are served by them. But first, my name is Steve Smith, this is TQA Weekly, and here are 5 reasons not to blame a computer technician for your computer problem. And just a note, next week there won't be an episode because, well, I'm going to be leveling up in age, so the next episode after that will be in 2 weeks. So first, the computer has a virus again. Not necessarily the computer technician's fault. You can opt usually for cleaning or formatting, but either way, normally it's done right. And in that case, when you get your computer back and you go home, the issue is more specifically, are you continuing the same bad habits you were doing before that got you infected? And if you are, then it's squarely on you. Then we have hardware incompatibility. A lot of us keep hardware for a really long time. And because of that, our hardware tends to become incompatible with operating systems later down the line. Some people seem to believe that the lack of drivers is because the technician is incompetent. That simply isn't true. Why would a company be stupid enough to continue supporting something they sold 20 years ago? Think about that. If you were a business owner, would you continue wasting time and money on drivers for things that should have basically died already? And along the same lines, software being incompatible with the computer. However, this works in both senses. It's either the computer becomes too new and the software itself is just not following with the operating system, which happens a lot, especially for businesses. And in that case, there's not much you can do about it. But if you're one of those people that bought a new computer and you really cheaped out on it and you're trying to do something that's really high end because you think it should be able to do that because a $600 computer should be able to edit like a $5,000 computer, then sorry, but that's not how it works. Software has very specific requirements based on what the developer thinks that software needs. And if you're not meeting those requirements, whether it's software or games, then you really can't blame anyone trying to install applications on a computer for the inability to actually use that software. It's just a fact of life. You should actually upgrade the computer in that case to be able to actually use that software. Then, obviously, sometimes you get your computer fixed for some other reason at a computer store, and then you bring it back home and it suddenly just stops working. Or maybe somebody came over to your house and you started actually fixing your computer or tweaking the computer for you and it stops working. Well, the thing is that there's no way to predict when a computer is going to fail. Now, if other things happen, like the electrical plug is faulty or the power supply already gave out, or if it's a laptop, the power adapter is a little flimsy or whatever, then there's not much you can do about electrical problems. But even if it's not an electrical problem, sometimes hardware just fails. And all hardware will eventually fail from just being turned on and off all the time. That's a simple fact of life. The computer or the electronics will fail one day. When may be a coincidence. And then, of course, the last thing, files are unrecoverable. There are many reasons why files can become unrecoverable. Hard drives can seize, maybe the computer crashed, took out part of the file while it was trying to save and the computer crashed, or maybe viruses have gone through it. The thing is it doesn't fall on a technician at any computer store, no matter or any computer business, to recover your lost files. It is squarely on you to maintain backups. And if the hard drive itself seized, most computer stores don't have the facilities to do data recovery. And it's a service that could be in the high hundreds, even thousands of dollars. And chances are your files are just not that important for you to be wasting that much money. The cheapest way to deal with this is to get a USB jump drive or an external hard drive and make the backups yourself instead of blaming someone else for your data loss, because it comes down on each individual person to maintain multiple backups just in case. It's a fact of life. So, like I said, there won't be an episode next week, so in 2 weeks there'll be a new episode. Like it if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't. Share with those that you think can benefit from this, and don't forget to subscribe. And if you have any questions, comments, suggestions for topics, email me at ask@tqaweekly.com. Go to my website, tqaweekly.com, for everything else. And if you want to make this show better, go to patreon.com/tqaweekly and become a patron today. Patrons get these episodes 24 hours in advance of everyone else. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.